What's up guys, it's Sean Creo with Team Duty Destin here, bringing to you another video. This time around, I have my good buddy, Lawx. He is a really great player. I play him all the time in online tournaments, GFG tournaments, Eagle Access tournaments. I always run into him and he always squashes me. And I ran into him in 2 tournaments and he ended up winning 2 tournaments with a similar list. He's playing... What are you playing?
I am playing Numemon.
Numemon, yes. And apparently, I just got back home just now, but apparently Nume won today's regional as well. So I think that's kind of funny. But it's been a long time coming. I finally get a chance to interview on you on this deck profile. So let's get this underway. So
Hello.
Lux, what you got? What you got for us?
Yes. So I've been playing with Numemon for a while, and ever since BT16, I've been waiting for the Valkyrie cards to come out.
Mm-hmm.
And now that they are here, it extremely makes Numemon really versatile, really
Mm-hmm.
quick, and it does a lot of damage with the old cards from EX5 Etemon, but I will get to that when we can. Starting off with eggs, I run 4 of the EX4 Sunomons.
Mm-hmm.
These are a generic staple for the black version of Numemon. The effect when one of my other Digimon digivolves to draw one is really nice. As long as you could continuously have your rookies out, this will continuously draw. Numemon needs to draw and see their pieces. The more
Right.
cards they have in hand, the faster their plays will be.
Right.
And then the fifth egg, I am using Tokomon. It's just a generic fifth egg we need to use for the Numemon deck.
Right.
It just has on deletion on opponent's turn to draw one. There's no other good black eggs to use for Numemon, not that I know of,
Mm-hmm.
but this is a good fifth egg, especially with the amount of rookies we're going to be running. Uh, Running two Floodgate Chumons.
Mm-hmm.
The Floodgate is really good. It's just really good to stop opponents from gaining memory. One is fine. When you have two, even better. Our second floodgate is Chikurimon.
Mm-hmm.
To prevent players from reducing play costs, this is really good, especially in a mirror match when your opponent, if you know your opponent or might know your opponent is playing Death X, Death X is extremely good against Numemon.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
a lot of people might be running it because Numemon is quite meta in today's tournaments. We're gonna run 4 of the BT16 Ukomons. This is really good. This paired up with the old movie promo Ukomons. These guys are menaces.
Mm-hmm.
This one, when pushed out of the raising area, searches the top 3. You can grab it either a Digimon or a Tamer. This helps speeds up the process of finding cards even more. This one, when you push out of the raising area, you gain 1 memory, and then both of them afterwards, you will hatch an egg. This is why we run 5 eggs, because these guys will be running through your eggs really quick. The longer you have these guys on board, even better. But usually they don't live long enough. But if you could have them on board, even better. We're gonna go to the champions now. Gonna run 4
Mm-hmm.
Garamon's really good. It has an on play draw by trashing 1 Numemon in its name. You draw 2. This is really helpful. You need to recur a lot of your hand size by drawing a lot. You want to see as much Numemons into your hand as possible. And one of the best cards you can trash from your hand is Platinum. Once you see Platinum in the trash, it will help further along Nume X. I am running 4 of the BT14 Numemons. The reasons why I'm running 4 is because I really like the blocker ability, and the on play is to mind link a Satsuki from your hand
Mm-hmm.
towards this Numemon to gain rush. This is really helpful because since we're running a lot of rookies, this is going to help us rush down our opponent when we need to,
Yeah,
or we
definitely.
can get Satsuki on field for the start of main or for the rush or jamming.
Yep.
Jamming really helps the deck. Running 2 of the RB1 Numemon. This one is sort of good and sort of bad at the same time. The blocker ability is only towards the inherit ability is only towards Monzimon and Numemon in name.
Mm-hmm.
However, the on deletion helps us search for more pieces for Monzimon or Numemon. The reason why I say this is sort of bad because it's not the best Numemon I like. However, it's a Numemon card that we can use. So this is pretty much okay. And one of the best cards to use is Nume X, running 4 of those.
The bread and butter of the deck, really, to be honest.
Yes, this is the good one. Paired
Yeah.
up with Jeremon, one of my best combos in hand to start with, when I get it, is when I have Jeremon paired up with Platinum. Trash when I play Jerry, trash the Platinum, draw 2, then go to Nume X.
Yep.
Now, if my opponent threatens to delete the Nume X, I could now use Nume X's all turn skill to play out the Platinum.
Yep.
Platinum's really strong in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a potential to steal a turn from your opponent once you use the on-play of Platinum.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to use 3 Etemons from EX5.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a very spicy tech card. It has an on-play and when Digivolving effect to give one of my opponent's Digimons minus 3000 DP and start a main this Digimon attacks.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very good combo paired up with Monzemon and Monze X because when we use our Monzemons, which we're using 4 of, we give minus 3000 DP to one of my opponent's Digimon. And if we evolve into Monze X, we can use Monze X to play out one of our Numes, which is really great because once we have a level 4, we do minus 3k, minus 4k with Monze X, and we use our level 4 and Digivolve into Etemon.
Yeah, this is disgusting.
Now we could give my opponent minus 3k
it's
extra.
So nasty.
Yep, for a total of 10k DP
it's so
damage
disgusting.
in total.
My God.
And they must attack as well.
Yep.
So we could pair this where if we could play out this Numemon, evil into Etemon, and then we could block their Digimon because minus 10k is a lot. Yeah. Not a lot of megas.
And like that's like the biggest thing too is that it forces, what does it read? It forces your opponent to attack, right?
Yep, at the start of main.
Yeah.
So the only thing they could do is push out their Digimon or hatch an egg in the breeding area, and whatever starter mains they have, then they'll have to get towards attacking.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And our mega ends, we are using Platinum, 3 Platinums. You could use 4, but now that I see that we have a lot of draw power, especially having this new Ukumon for searching, 3 is just fine. You could run 4, but when there's too many of this in hand and no Jeremons to be seen, this kind of becomes lackluster unless I had to Digivolve on top, which is totally fine. I am running 4 Valkyrie Aces. Now, here is the spicy tech with Etemon. One of my best combos to use is I could either play Etemon if I have a good amount of memory, or if I'm back to a corner and my opponent has a really strong mega, I could just play Etemon for 7, give minus 3000 to my opponent and the starter main to attack. Because they're attacking, I can now trigger counter timing and go into Valkyrie Ace. Now, the best part about going to Valkyrie Ace through counter timing is you essentially do a pseudo ruin mode to the board, minus 5k. So with 5 and 3, that's minus 8k in total.
Disgusting.
And when they, yes, extremely disgusting. And it's to the whole board 5k. So if they have any rookies laying around, they're totally gone. But if they check security, or if I could block, which is actually even better, if they check security, the alternates of Valkyrie Ace procs, where I get to delete an 8000 DP Digimon. Now, here's the most disgusting thing. Minus 5 plus a 3 is 8k in total. So they would have to be at least 17k DP to survive the 8k DP deletion.
Right.
Now, that is extremely disgusting to have to go against. Otherwise, even if I can't delete them, Valkyrie Ace gains +1 security till until the end of my turn, not my opponent's turn. So when I start my turn, Valkyrie Ace will have +1 security, and I could check security and gain another +1 security on my exact turn when that happens.
Yeah,
my last
that combo is just nuts.
Yeah, it's extremely nuts. My last Digimon in this deck is One Shine Greymon Ruin Mode. Ruin Mode is still amazing. It can evolve into any of these megas, minus 5k. What else can I say? This guy has been a really good card for the last sets, and it's still amazing now. For Tamers, I am running two Satskis. Satsuki's pair well with BT14 Numemon,
Yep.
gives jamming. I especially love the combo of going from Monzemon to Monza X, plus one security with jamming. Amazing. Two Louis. Uh, Most of the time, Louis are usually just there to have an extra guy to swing for game. But if you see this early on, it helps you a lot with these Ukomons. You're going to be cycling eggs, chipping them away, having these guys more presence on board for Monzimon X's Alterns effect. Really amazing. And the last card, I am using X Antibody Protoform. It is an amazing option to go into from Numemon all the way to Monzai X if I need to. If I'm low on memory, where I'm at two memories, I could just skip the Monzaimon and go to Monzai X, proc the all turns, play something out, minus 4k DP on something.
Yep. Yep.
Really amazing.
Yeah, it's so good. Now, I was talking to you a little bit before. Did you have you made any changes in this list so far, or is this the exact list
So
you're running still?
far, I've noticed that having four Valkyrie Aces isn't always so good because I would have them in hand
Mm.
when I need like new Mimons or rookies. So far, I've changed it where I would take one Valkyrie Ace out for one Venusmon. I still like Venusmon's one Digivolving effect.
Mm-hmm.
Is
It's so
extremely
good.
amazing and
Yeah.
versatile. Just to give minus one security and prevent them from using their when attacking when Digivolving effects.
Mm-hmm.
It is super strong that way. Other than that, I also took out one Etemon out. It's because against Mirage, it's a hard timing where even if I get the Etemon and Valkyrie Ace combo off, Azudomon Ace still kind of trumps over Valkyrie Ace because it's just one source and they could
Mm-hmm.
go to burst mode. So I do have one Death X just to counterfeit in there. Otherwise, this is the changes I've made to the deck so far. You don't always need to see Etemon for this combo, but just seeing Etemon itself and Valkyrie Ace is pretty nice. Or if you have Monzai X and they don't think you have the Ace, then you can always surprise them with that too.
Yeah, definitely.
Uh,
I mean, we were talking. I remember when we first played in GFG. What was that, like 2 weeks ago, something like that? It was
mhm.
you swamped me with this deck, and I was just like, you were telling me about your tech because I was like, Etemon, I was like, that's a bunch of nonsense, and then you were like, no man, listen, against Magna X, it's correct, and I was like, holy, and then I was listening to your theory behind it, and I was just like, yeah, that's actually so insane. Etemon
Yes,
plus Valk Ace, forcing them to attack before they can like activate any abilities to trash secure. That's like crazy.
yes, it's
Yeah.
extremely crazy because like even though it's your turn and they have the protection, as
Mm.
long as you apply this, because this is until the end of your opponent's turn.
Right.
So when they start their turn with no protection anymore, they must swing, and then you could proc off the counter timing. And one thing I forgot to mention is Etemon has this really nice inherit effect. When your opponent Digimon attacks, you may reveal the top three cards of your deck, and
Mm.
you could play one black or yellow Digimon with a play cost of three or less uh, to the
So
field,
that's
and then
every
trash the
that's your
rest.
entire bottom end basically,
This
except
is
for the
the
Ukos.
entire champions and rookies. So you have a
Yeah.
good amount, but however, it is only searching for yellow and black
Mm.
Digimon, so it's excluding Ukomon. However, if you do have a Monzai X out in play and this inherit effect procs off, this does a lot of damage because
Mm.
all turns Monzai X does minus 2,000 for each Digimon you have when you play Digimon. So if you get to play something out with the Monzai X, it's going to be extremely disgusting for your opponent. They are
Yeah.
not going to like you.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I've seen you play this deck firsthand, and it's just absolutely disgusting. And now apparently Nume won today, so that I think that's just gonna put Nume even more on the map than it already is. What do you think about Numemon into like the matchups of BT16 as a whole? Like, where would you place it? Would you
I
consider it as best deck in format?
I believe it's still one of the best decks. The only contender Numemon probably fears the most is just Mirage.
Mm-hmm.
Mirage has a really good way answering Numemons because we thrive on deletions
Right,
with the
right.
Mirage just to return. I would say that's really scary. Another thing I think about sometimes in the back of my head is also Tyrant.
Mm-hmm.
The ability to bottom deck one of my cards still also gets through the on deletions. However,
Right.
I've played a few Tyrant matchups. As long as I DP minus them and then they start their turn and unsuspend, I just essentially pop them. Most of the time, that actually happens quite often, but I still like to think that Tyrant and Bugs still have a good chance to squash over Numemon when they're trying to slime around.
I like the way you put that. The big bugs squash the slime. Sometimes, huh? But
Mm-hmm.
that's awesome, man. I mean, what do you have any like last parting words for anyone who's trying to like pick up Numemon, or you just say pick up the deck because it's insane?
I really do like mirror matches. It really just shows how back and forth Numemons can do.
Uh-huh.
If people would like to play Numemon, I suggest they should play it. The only expensive cards you could probably just tech out. You need the Monzemons, unfortunately, and I know they're expensive,
Mm,
but that's something you do need. You can always
absolutely.
tech out Ruin mode for Merciful mode.
Uh-huh.
Merciful mode is a card that I used to
It's
run
pretty
into
cheap
the
too.
deck. Yeah, he's a cheap card.
Mm,
It's not too expensive. I
mm,
used to run Merciful mode a lot. He was pretty much my best card in BT15 formats,
mm,
especially against red hybrids.
definitely.
Just the bottom deck stuff from their trash, really good. This is a good tech in case you don't want to use this as your level 7 end.
Mm,
These three are practically the best level 7s you can run.
mm,
There's also Quartzmon. However, because I am using the Valkyrie Ace and Venus, Quartz can't go on top of these, so the Platinums are the only ones. So these three meet the criteria for Mega Ends. Really nice.
gotcha,
And the
gotcha.
deck is really versatile too.
Yeah, man. I mean, those the top end with Valkyrie Mon, that like I said before, the Etemon Valkyrie combo that you showed me, that blew my mind. That blew my
Yes,
mind.
this is really
And,
strong.
and then I saw
I,
Tyler
I
top with it like later, and then I don't know if Alex ran it in his, but yeah, I don't know.
I'm so
It's
happy that
crazy.
Tyler incorporated the Etemon and Valkyries. It means a
He's
lot to me
cracked. Yeah,
that
he's nuts.
he cracked the deck really hard with it. I really
Yeah,
wish I could have attended the tournaments with him. But
yeah,
yes, I'm
no, for
so glad
sure.
he debuted it really well. That makes me really happy to see it thrive.
Yeah, man. I mean, and it's a crazy tech, and I honestly, I just wanted to, I've been trying to get an interview from you because I thought when you showed it to me before, I thought it was just nuts, and I thought it was just so brilliant.
Mhm.
Um, but
Originally, it was supposed to counter Payuljimon because I always
Pyogemon,
had a hard time
uh-huh.
answering Payuljimon without Etemon,
Mm,
with Valkyrie Ace, but without the Etemon. And I still found it as a hard time. But forcing them to attack, giving a 5k DP blanket to their field, literally, Pyogemons aren't going to do anything because they're not going to play out their level
yeah,
4s,
that's true.
level
You're
3s.
right.
They're going to get deleted.
Yeah,
So this is the best thing ever. Minus 5k. This is insanely nuts.
yeah,
Having a pseudo ruin mode is
yeah,
too strong.
yeah. No, for sure. Well, damn, that's awesome, man. Well, hey, thanks for a quick 1-2 interview. I know it's kind of a random time, but I'm glad that we could finally get this together because you're one hell of a player. You're always smacking me up in these online tournaments, and
Don't worry, man. You just need to draw the rookie.
no,
That's the
I
only thing
know.
I always tell. I always tell you this is the day you're gonna
No,
draw the rookie, man.
I almost had you that one, the most recent one, the third one, but then we
Then we got a
repaired. That was
repair.
tragic. That was tragic. No, man, but I'm sure I'll see you around again some point. But yeah, no, thanks again for your time and way to show off for Nume.
So, man, thanks for having me on here.
Sweet, thanks. All right,
Have a good
later.
one, man.
Peace.